if you are choosing to hide, eventually people are going to know, and if it matters, it's going to come back and bite you in a very big way.
लोग बहुत ज़्यादा फ्यूरियस हो गए हैं कि उनको ऐसा लगता है कि आपको 40 मिनट में फंडिंग मिल जाती है. नो वन नोज़ कि उसके पीछे क्या क्या स्ट्रगल है एंड आगे का क्या स्ट्रगल है. And how the childhood of Nikhil looks like are you the extrovert shaitani bachcha or you were the introvert padhai wala bachcha?
So I was kind of mix of both. I used to be top 3 rankers, but at the same time I was also notorious for normal other things which normal kids do.
So wasn't there any family business which you can hop up into?
No, actually, traditionally, my father was into a government job. I had given more than 40 exams, and out of which most of them I failed. That duration of 2012 to 2014 was very devastating. I used to work around 18 hours a day most of the time. I did my MBA from IIM Udaipur 15-17 batch. Worked with a company called Ujas Energy Limited, and after that I had ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Company. That's how my journey had been before I started my own company. They bet on founders majorly. If founder is good, idea is a little here and there, then also they'll be able to pivot and make it a really large success. They were not the bravest or hardest of the species that were able to live. They were the most adaptable ones who were able to live. Everything that you are doing is going to matter.
Hi, welcome to Vyapar Catalyst.
Hi, thank you so much for calling me here.
Hi, thank you so much to you for spending time from Thai Global Summit. You are here, so it means a lot to us. So we just wanted to cover your journey, how you started and what were the obstacles, what was the struggle, how Nikhil Parmar be you as the CEO of Impactful Pitch. You are running multiple more organizations, then you are an investor also now. So yes, we are very excited to dive into your journey.
Definitely. So thank you so much for asking this. I'm born and brought up in Gujarat. I did my mechanical engineering from Birla Vishwakarma Mahavidyalaya, and post which I used to work for a company called Pluga Pumps and Motors Private Limited for a couple of years. While doing that, I studied a lot for my MBA preparations, and based on that I secured my admission into 13 IIMs, out of which I chose to be in IIM Udaipur. I did my MBA from IIM Udaipur 15-17 batch, post which I worked with a company called Ujas Energy Limited, and after that I had 2.5 years stint with ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Company at head office Mumbai, and that's how my journey had been before I started my own company. So that's how the broad structure look like.
And how the childhood of Nikhil looks like are you the extrovert shaitani bachcha or you were the introvert padhai wala bachcha?
So I was kind of mix of both. I used to be top 3 rankers in while most of the studious years I had. But at the same time, I was also notorious for, normal other things which normal kids do.
What is that one core memory जहाँ आपको आपकी मम्मी से बहुत डांट पिटी हो कोई एक शैतानी करने के लिए?
So I used to make sure that चीज़ें घर तक ना जाए, उतने ही चीज़ें करता था. So but still, majority of the times when I heard from my mother was when I used to play a little more. I was more into sports and doing some unconventional things in those lines.
तो जब आप ग्रेजुएशन करके IIM गए, obviously आपने CAT की प्रिपरेशन करी होगी. How was that period for you?
So that period was very heavy for me. I still recall during 2012 to 2015 there was a very, I would say 2014 end, because तब तक CAT का result आ गया था. During that duration I had given more than 40 exams, and out of which most of them I failed, and I was not able to secure good ranks, and was not able to secure what I actually aimed for. I had also given a lot of other exams like GPSC, Staff Selection Commission, and many more. Many competitive exams I had given, including Ministry of Home Affairs, Intelligence Bureau, and many things. By the time I was able to convert myself to a better person in that journey, when I recall now, that duration of 2012 to 2014 was very devastating. I used to work around 18 hours a day most of the time, during which majority of the times I had to work. But post that, I used to go to my classes, I used to study, I used to do my assignments so that I'm prepared for my next examination. All And those were the times where we did not have access or center to my city, which was Baroda. So majority of the times, if I had to give any exams, I had to travel to different city like Ahmedabad, Mumbai, and all the other places. So on weekdays I had to work very hard. At the same time, on weekends I had to go give some or the other exams. Every Saturday, Sunday was scheduled that way, that I had, if nothing was there was some mock test, there was something that is keeping me occupied. And many a times, you will not believe, because I was working with manufacturing sector, there was some technical breakdown for which I have to go to my factory and everything. So it was very challenging times. But towards the end, what I realized, when towards the end of 2014 and starting of 2015, that was the time I had cleared multiple exams, including GPSC class 1 2. I cleared Staff Selection Commission. I cleared first level of Ministry of Home Affairs, IB. So all those things were cleared during a period which led me to a thinking that I was the same person who was giving exams earlier, but was not able to clear a lot of exams. And there was one day when I discovered the reality of it, that probably the earlier version of Nikhil was not ready for the challenges it takes to be on that pedestal when I'm going to serve to the larger mass of the society, and I'm going to make an impact. So I probably feel that I was not ready, and hence the universe was not able to give me the thing that I actually desired for. So once I felt that due to the process, due to the dedication, due to the work that I had been doing consistently, it made me a better person. And one day, eventually, that was the outcome I was expecting, as well as probably, the universe had planned for me that, it will come to you at the appropriate time, not before you are ready. So I felt I was ready by that time. That was the journey, I believe, but very devastating one, I can 100% say. It was very difficult to go through those times.
एंड आपने ये कैसे डिसाइड किया कि आपको मतलब आपको पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में IIMs में ही जाना है, या फिर क्या स्टेटमेंट या मिल गया इसलिए आप चले गए?
So that is very interesting story. You can confirm it through my Facebook as well. So what had happened, 2012 I cleared my this engineering, and during 2012 I had given my all the exams like any other student. I had cleared my final year, so I was eligible. So I gave my exams, and I had cleared SIBM Symbiosis in Pune. And apart from all the exams, I was able to clear Symbiosis for written assessment test and everything. I was able to clear. The last interview I got, it was also good, but the GD that we had, it was not that great for me. So I was not able to clear it in 2012. Now the next option for me was to wait for another year. Now when I was waiting for another year, I thought it doesn't make sense for me to go to any tier 2, tier 3 college after that. Hence, now if I am taking a year, I have to aim a little higher so that I should be able to do something much better, and it should be worth talking about, and I should not regret that in life. So that very day, I decided when I got the result of Symbiosis that I'll plan for my IIMs. That's a planning. And the very same day, I still recall, that particular day where I had posted on my Facebook. At that time, Facebook was the thing. And I posted on my Facebook that I could not convert it to SIBM today. A very strange feeling. But I hope God has something better for me in upcoming times, and it might be IIMs, full stop. And after 2 years, when I converted IIM, I took a screenshot of that, my post way back in 2012 and 2013, probably early 2012 or 13. That time I made a screenshot along with a post that now, based on this, I have got converted
So
my
it's the
IIM Udaipur.
manifestation of
So
yours.
yes, manifestation plus very much hard work, I can say. That worked out well. Yeah.
So while you were in IIM Udaipur, you were from the mechanical background, and a lot of people, when they are coming to IIM, they are either the CSE background people or the BBA or the one who wants to be in the. Matlab, mechanical is a very unique field if you are going into MBA. मोस्टली
Correct.
लोग BTech करने के बाद मैकेनिकल में MTech करते हैं जिससे दे सिक्योर अ गवर्नमेंट जॉब. दैट्स अ सिक्योर
Correct.
career option. Like, so when you were in IIM as a mechanical engineer, what was it? How it was surprising for others to see you?
So it was very normal for everyone. Reason being, I am a process generally make sure that there is a good diversity in the group that we are having.
Got it.
It encourages us to think a little beyond what we have already done. It puts us in a different and uncomfortable situations many a times where we are able to respect other people's point of views, and that diversity has helped all of us a lot in becoming a better person. So earlier, probably my thinking was that I am right and hence I am right. After a point in time, I am right, but I am able to think that yes, that person is also right, and I have to consider what he has to say. Prior to that, I lacked that particular point of view. But as I said, it is very normal for many of the IIM grads because I still recall, there were girls who were from arts, guys who had done, French language course, and very different people. There was some
All diversity.
very much diverse people. One person who was, Olympiad champion, this, that. So many things we had in common, and we felt that particularly the diversity was something that was able to help us a lot.
Got it. So when was the time when you realized that you have to start impactful pitch, and what was the idea behind it?
Right. So while I was working with ICICI, I was giving my all in and probably beyond that for a few years. And due to the corporate structure, I completely understand that the growth and the bell curve that they have to set in, and the limited perspective that you will have to accept while you are working due to the management constraint, market considerability, and everything. I felt that the growth I want as well as the kind of efforts I'm willing to put does not align right now. That's where I felt the need of identifying what is going to work for me, as I'm also Gujarati, so majorly we all have that in blood, that I'll do something on my own, and that should make sense. So that's how I was happy to explore what I can do, where I found out a specific problem where I felt the founders who are pitching to investors, they are not able to pitch correctly, and there is a highest rejection ratios of pitching as well as converting pitching into funding. So that gap was something I was able to identify way too early, and based on that I started developing my own thought process, how to do, what to do, how I can do some smaller projects to understand how the dynamics work, what people expect, and understanding my ideal customer persona in much deeper strength, so that I can deliver much better. It took me 2-3 years to probably do a good research and coming up with a strong narrative that I can work on.
Got
So
it.
that's how Impactful Pitch was born.
But back then when you started, the terms like funding, investments, जैसे आज के टाइम पे स्पेशली आफ्टर शार्क टैंक दीज थिंग्स आर वेरी नॉर्मल, बट उस टाइम पर अपने पेरेंट्स को समझाना या
Right.
किसी को भी समझाना कि मैं इस सेक्शन में हूँ मस्ट बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बिकॉज देर इज़ नो Instagram or Facebook videos or anything or TV having that knowledge. So how was that for you as well as for the startups who were getting enrolled with you?
100%. So, there was a very fancy thing that one of my, companies that I worked for, that I learned from some of my seniors. उन्होंने मुझे ये बोला था कि निखिल, पैसे की भाषा सब समझते हैं. So, if I had to prove myself, what was something that I could do? I had to earn money. And for earning money, I identified what I have to do, what I will do, what I shall do. And by doing certain things, are people willing to pay for the same thing? when I was able to prove it that yes, there is a market for it, there are people who are able to trust me with their money, that was a validation. Before that, I could not go to parents and say that I would like to do this. But once I was able to do, I mean, parents were also very supportive in that fashion. That even I can say the biggest supporter I've had was my parents. That you can do whatever you want.
So wasn't there any family business which you can hop up into?
No, actually, our entire traditionally, my father was into a government job,
Okay.
and my grandfather was also not into.
So you are the first
So
first founder, I would say.
yes, first gen entrepreneur, you can say.
And
Right.
it must be very scary because not scary in terms of what we have, but when it comes to our mothers, when they hear that their child is going to do business, there are a number of concerns they used
Right.
to have. But they also support us a lot. So what do you feel like? How important your parents were in this whole journey of yours?
Extremely important. I mean, without their support, I could not have done it. Is completely, I can say, very safely. They were the pillar when I needed the strength. When I was falling back, I was running and slowing down. So a lot of things where just by talking with parents and staying with them has helped me immensely. And what I can say is always grateful for having such parents who are able to support the dream of whatever you would like to do. Even if when I go into their shoes, their perspective, I understand a lot of concern, a lot of insecurities, but at the same time the way they have been handling and how they are supporting is something I think if I can do something like that, I'll be a great person.
So, how Nikhil is as a person? Is it like you plan your whole day and then you start, or you are a founder, which is like कि team would be preparing what कि सर आज आपको ये सारे काम हमको करके देना है.
So there are two types of it. One type generally says that I generally plan my day beforehand. So mostly in night I generally prepare what I have to do tomorrow. Apart from that, I generally have placed systems in place and people in place where I get reminded of what things are pending from me, and out of those things, I can prioritize daily what exactly things I would like to work on. So few things I can select, few things are normally unavoidable that you'll have to address today and right now itself. So there are brackets of urgent, important, not urgent, not important. So I have identified that how things are going to work from me and how people can get work out of me is something I have given my frameworks to each and every team member of mine.
Got it. And is there any, not you could say it a bad habit, but sometimes we just procrastinate a lot of doing some things. Like a lot of founders and investors, when they come and sit, they say that uh, one of the very uninfluential habit of their is that they plan this entire day, and if they do not they will not be able to do that, they become very anxious, and then they start panicking and screaming that this has to be done, this is not done. So how is your experience at that note?
So for me, it is a little bit easier because I work in frameworks. So I make sure that highest priority things are always being catered. If I'm not addressing, I know the right people who are going to address it. If I am incapable, if I'm knowing what exactly things I would not pursue for a longer duration, I try to delegate and either outsource if that is not aligning with what I want to do. So that's how I'm securing that side. If I'm able to do, I'll do. It's as simple as that. If not today, tomorrow, I make sure that things are going to be done. So I have no mental insecurities about anything. But at the same time, one thing that I've learned is about everything is in life comes at a cost. Everything in life comes at a cost. Hence, you have to define what cost you are willing to pay. So that's the worry that I generally have. The bad habit, when you asked, it's about understanding, identifying, and analyzing the cost of whatever decision I'm going to make. There is a cost attached. So I keep evaluating a lot of cost that I have to incur while I make decisions. So that's where I feel that's probably sometimes good, sometimes bad habit, I can say.
Got
Yeah.
it. And what for those who don't know, what exactly the impactful pitch is? What are the services you guys are providing to, and how a person uh, could just depend on you? Okay, that these are the things like these people can do the best for us.
100%. So, in the startup ecosystem, when, as you rightly mentioned, the funding was not that fancy at
Yeah.
that time, it was very nascent and very early stage. Since then, I'm part of this ecosystem. Hence, what Impactful Pitch does is about helping startups on crafting a good strategic narrative that are sellable to different type of investors. So if you are raising a 1 CR round, your type of investors are different. If you are raising 10 CR, 100 CR, your type of investors are different. And if you are raising 1,000 crore, then your investors are different. So you have to identify and work on specific rounds is something that we have been helping startup founders, as well as the same goes for venture capital firms and a lot of micro VCs and different people. When they are raising funds, they also have to set a narrative that is sellable to their set of people, which are probably LPs or fund of funds or many other institutions. So they evaluate fundraising differently, and that's what we understand, and that's what we help people. Fundamentally, if someone is coming to us, majorly we work with them on the ground realities, how they can pitch their idea in a better way with good frameworks, mindset, and good Q&A is something that we generally focus on. And the second part is generally we try helping them on entire fundraising around structuring.
So, when we say fundraising, what according to you is the most impactful aspect of fundraising a founder should keep in mind while they are going for a fundraising?
All right. So there are 2, 3 things that if they are able to do well, there are higher chances of getting the success. In my eyes, if I am an investor, I evaluate how well prepared they are, how much detailing and insights they are having, and how much research they have done is something very crucial, so that it is going to make sense, and it talks a lot about the personality of the founder, so that because generally when investors invest, you must have heard from a lot of investors, they bet on founders majorly. If founder is good, idea is a little here and there, then also they'll be able to pivot and make it a really large success. But if founder is not good, so everything, even if the good company is there, that's going to fall. So fundamentally, founder grooming and working with founder on ground realities, the founding team and all the other factors are very, very crucial.
गॉट इट एंड कई बार क्या होता है जैसे जो फाउंडर्स होते हैं स्पेशली जो यंग फाउंडर्स होते हैं जो आजकल 21, 22, 23 के एज में होता है दे हाइड अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स फ्रॉम कि ये चीज़ें नहीं बतानी है इन टर्म्स ऑफ एथिक्स और इफ देयर इज़ एनी mistake they have done when they were bootstrapping the entire business and वो आपको भी नहीं बता रहे हैं, उन्होंने इन्वेस्टर को भी नहीं बताया, पर जब ड्यू डिलिजेंस का टाइम आया आप लोगों को पता चलता है. तो हाउ यू गाइज रिएक्ट टू इट एंड व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या आता है उस फाउंडर की या उस स्टार्टअप की जर्नी पे?
So, as I just mentioned, everything in life comes at a cost. If you are choosing to hide, eventually people are going to know if it matters. If it doesn't matter, that's gonna buried away. But then it will become your habit as a founder. And then you'll start repeating. One or the other fine day, people are going to identify. And if it matters, it's going to come back and bite you in a very big way. And hence, it's always good to be upfront and very transparent. Most of the founders that come to me, they are mostly very seasoned, very understanding people, and hence many a times I have heard from them as well that Nikhil bhai, we understand अपने लॉयर को, डॉक्टर को और अपने फाइनेंसेस जो हैंडल कर रहे हैं उनके साथ में एकदम ट्रांसपेरेंट ही रहना है. There is no other way it is going to work out for you. It's going to be bad for you if you are not telling us.
गॉट इट. निखिल जैसे जब से शार्क टैंक आया ना फंड रेजिंग की डेफिनेशन बहुत ही ज़्यादा चेंज हो गई है. लोग बहुत ज़्यादा फ्यूरियस हो गए हैं कि उनको ऐसा लगता है कि आपको 40 मिनट में फंडिंग मिल जाती है, क्योंकि वो एक टाइप का पोर्ट्रे ही ऐसा किया गया लोगों को कि 70 मिनट आपके पास 40 मिनट होता है, उसमें इन्वेस्टर आपकी बात सुनेगा, वो आपसे क्वेश्चंस पूछेगा और चेक साइन करके दे देगा. नो वन नोज कि उसके पीछे क्या क्या स्ट्रगल है एंड आगे का क्या स्ट्रगल है. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि स्टार्टअप मतलब शार्क टैंक इंडिया अगर हम स्पेसिफिकली बात करें, उसका इम्पैक्टफुल पिच पर कैसे आया जब ये फर्स्ट टाइम लाइव हुआ?
So that is very good. I can say it is more about creating awareness which was not there. People were not knowing what to do. Many terminologies people were not knowing. We are very happy that now people are able to understand what are the metrics that investors talk about, what are the things that are very relevant to their business.
जो कंसल्टेशन पार्ट होगा वो शायद आप लोगों का थोड़ा कम हो गया होगा.
Relatively कम से ज़्यादा आई थिंक वो बढ़ गया है.
अच्छा.
I mean we are happy to address more and more questions. Earlier क्या है, लोगों को पता ही नहीं था कि क्या questions पूछने हैं निखिल भाई से. I mean even if I have ocean of knowledge for example, then also I was not able to give with the limited bandwidth at time, which probably was necessary. But at the same time now at least they are able to question on better things. They are also working on some good metrics, and now we are able to handle how it actually should be handled in my view. And the good part that has worked out well for us is about being able to help really good curated companies that usually comes to us. So that is really good side. Reason being, they have already known, they have seen, and sorry. So the best part, what I feel personally on Shark Tank that has happened is about those 40-minute pitches that you mentioned. As you rightly mentioned, nobody talks about how much preparation they had to do before those 40 minutes. It talks about their years of experience, their years of service, their years of wealth of experience is something that nobody understands. When a person says that my unit economics are like this, when a person says that this is how I started my journey, trust me, it goes back to their real time working numbers, working with all the stakeholders, how it actually matters. So each and everything that person has crafted, I'm able to see in their conviction, their pitch. If they have not worked, then also it is very visible that they have not worked. If someone has worked, it's also very visible through some Q&A. So that's how I feel that was really, really good thing that has shaped up in the recent times.
तो जब आप pitch deck बनवा रहे होते हो लोगों की, because I can see the struggle which you guys have कि you have to help the founder in making the pitch deck, then you have to prepare the founder कि investors के सामने you have to pitch like this. There is any moment where you are like कि यार ये क्यों नहीं कर पा रहा है, मैं इसको इतनी बार समझा रहा हूँ पर ये समझ नहीं पा रहा है, and you ask your team members कि see what can we do with this man, this is not she is not understanding.
So I feel ऐसे लोगों को हमारी ज़रूरत ज़्यादा है. That's where I put in more efforts. If someone has chose to work with me, it is my role and duty. It's a nature of my business to help them being a better version of themselves. I'm not gonna run their business for them. I'm not gonna pitch in front of investor on behalf of them. It is their job. But my job is about increasing their fundability. It's about increasing their probability of getting the funds. That's all I generally work on. And ultimately, if they are not able to succeed, it's on them. If they succeed, it's still on them. If they took my advice seriously, if they were able to work on things much better way, everything is whether it's a success or it's a failure, it's on them. We can just say we were able to play some role in their journey. Right, because I know founders who have been able to create 1,000 crore, 10,000 crore empires. I've seen their journey. So if I have contributed to that journey, I cannot go and claim that that 1,000 crore, 10,000 crore is because of me. No, I have played some role in their journey, and that role particularly talks about how to navigate the Q&A, how to talk about your business numbers, how to talk about your each and every minute details that are actually relevant and important for the investors.
So you are like a guru to so many people across.
That's what people have been.
So how it actually feels to see a founder who was not able to even talk properly, and then now when you see him after a decade, he's doing wonderful, and he's having the best in his life, which other people who have the skill sets even do not have.
So that talks a lot about their dedication, perseverance, and not giving up attitude. So I've seen few founders, living their best of their life, and I know few really better founders, I can say, in terms of many other things. They were not able to achieve that much. The major reason I personally feel is about how much you want it, how badly you want it. So that other fellow was able to work very, very hard for it. The other person should not complain that I was smarter than him, I was better than him, I was this, that. It doesn't matter. Someone really needed it, they went and fetch it to them in no matter what capacity and no matter what it takes. Attitude, I mean, there is nothing better than that. I've seen multiple stories like that has resulted people who were more dedicated, more hardworking, more wanting about things, have succeeded in life. So I'm very happy about it.
Does people admiring you for what you have done in their life, कभी ऐसा हुआ कि रात को आप सो रहे हो और आपको एक sort of a thought आया हो कि wow Nikhil, you are there are so many people who are admiring you, you are the star.
So not knowing about star, how the stardom looks like, I'm not particularly sure, but I feel very happy when people are able to say to many people around them that we worked with Nikhil, it was a good experience, number one. And the question you asked, when someone tells you, 3 days back I got a call from one of the founders. He said, I never will be able to forget you in my entire life. You had helped me raise my first $2 million, and I still feel every inch of the effort that you had made to make it happen. And that's something that we generally live for. I mean, those are the good words from a really good founder. Now they are doing more than 1,000 crore in revenue.
Great.
So, those are for me, those are the success stories. I mean, when people are able to value it, that's what we crave for.
You also jumped into AI recently.
Right.
You launched your AI powered tool in Stepwitch.io. 2 questions. What exactly this tool is? People like this, the platform itself look very crazy when we see Instapitch.io on the website. Second, how as a founder and an investor you think there are a lot of backlashes coming to AI, that AI job खा जाएगा, AI के अपने बहुत सारे disadvantages हैं, तुम अपना सारा डेटा किसी मशीन को बना रहे हो. उस एक पॉइंट पर आपने एज अ फाउंडर एंड अ इन्वेस्टर हाउ यू थिंक कि आपने क्यों स्टार्ट किया एंड व्हाट आर द पर्क्स ऑफ हैविंग इट?
श्योर. सो जब मैंने instapitch.io का सोचा था, इट वॉज बिकॉज आई वॉज नॉट एबल टू cater a very large mass due to the limited constraint of helping very selective people who we were working with, is something where I started with when AI was also not a thing at that time. So what I felt was helping and democratizing how I can help more and more founders, more number of founders in their fundraising journey. So by doing this, I felt it is going to make sense to people who are not able to pay a lot of money, when your time, efforts, and capital, these 3 things are always going to be very limited to each founders. And hence I felt if this is going to help people at early stage, it will be really great. And that's how I started helping it. Having said that, AI आएगा तो job खा जाएगा, trust me, I have seen nothing like it. In my view, थोड़ा बहुत फ़र्क पड़ता है. It's not very high number of impact that is going to be there unless people don't want to change. Charles Darwin, if we know really well, he used to mention that they were not the bravest or hardest of the species that were able to live. They were the most adaptable ones who were able to live. So if you are seeing this kind of wave, your role is about being more adaptive to the situation and the things. And AI is not taking job, it is curating how your job should be in future. So now there was no term called as prompt engineering. Nowadays there is a job for prompt engineering. It is your role to create the prompts. So there are type of work will differ based on your understanding, but it's not that if you really want to work, there is a lot of work in the world that you can always pursue. So again, I'm mentioning it is only for the people who are not able to or who do not want to adapt to the changes. That's all. That's the only people who are going to fail.
What is that difference which you think कि जब आपने impactful pitch start किया था तब जो फाउंडर आता था आपसे बोलता था कि मुझे पिच डेक बनानी है या निखिल आई वांट योर हेल्प इन दिस एंड दैट वर्सेस today's Gen Z founders which are coming to you asking you for their help because Gen Zs are very instant like they need कि निखिल को मैंने बोला है कि आज पिच डेक बन जानी चाहिए तो वो चाहते होंगे and there is a lot of pressure coming up with that. So how is that different? What was them and what was now?
So even today, when any founder generally that comes to us, what usually happens is about we make them understand about the processes, what it takes to build a really good pitch, and it is not only the pitch deck. It is about how much work you are able to do in the back end that is going to help you answer the Q&A. It is about helping the investor to understand you better, that how much insights you have, how in-depth person you are in your journey, and that is what going to get you the funds. Otherwise, if it was the pitch deck that was going to get funds, all people would be getting the funds. It was that easy. If I have pitch deck and I'm going to get the fund, give me 100 CR. It's never gonna work. So that's what we make people understand, that it is our first job, that pitch deck along with you is the complete package that you have to sell to investor.
Got it. And there are a lot of companies which do help people in making pitch decks, especially at a मतलब मैंने ये चीज़ बहुत कॉमन देखी है मुझे आज तक इसका लॉजिक भी समझ नहीं आया दैट वो बहुत ही मिनिमल अमाउंट लेकर मतलब जो अमाउंट इट्स लाइक 1000 और 1200 जिसके अंदर मतलब किसी मतलब इफ़ आई टॉक ऑन अ वेरी फेयर फाउंडर टू फाउंडर टॉक किसी एक बंदे की पूरे दिन की सैलरी भी उससे ज़्यादा अगर पर डे वेज भी हम कैलकुलेट करें तो एंड दे आर making this whole entire pitch deck and giving to these people and they have these tools ready कि बस तुम वहाँ पैसे पे करो अपना डालो about they have set the GPT behind and there are a lot of companies like that doing and how you feel about those companies?
So that is very good who would like to waste their own money but at the same time in my view that's not a credible and sustainable way.
Exactly.
Even for them who are running this kind of agency, for them it should be about a sustainable growth. If you are doing that, are you really solving a problem for people, and what specific problem and what specific amount that is going to make sense for what exactly you have been doing is something you have to keep evaluating, asking yourself. And unless those 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 rupees if someone has spent, and let me know how many of them have actually raised the funds. That should be the metrics. So that's where I feel they should be working really hard to identify what is going to work sustainably along with the scalability.
Okay. I want a very honest answer to this
Yeah,
one.
please.
कभी आपके पास कोई फाउंडर आया ये कहते हुए कि मैंने तो इतने पैसे अपने डुबा दिए पर उन्होंने मेरा काम नहीं कर बिकॉज देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ पोस्टर बॉयज एंड पोस्टर गर्ल्स ऑल्सो कमिंग अप जो बिल्कुल अपना सॉलिड PR करा लेते हैं एंड देन दे टेक अ लॉट ऑफ मनी फ्रॉम पीपल एंड मतलब एक तो बंदा वैसे ही फंड रेज करने जा रहा है उसके पास पैसों की कमी है फिर आप ले लेते हो एंड देन such stories when it comes to you how the person वो किस पोजीशन में होता है फाउंडर जो होता है
So I have seen many stories I can say in this financial industry. जो फाउंडर की पोजीशन होती है that is very bad because they have already allocated a specific time, specific resources for that, and after that they are not getting the right results. So they are in a very bad state of mind. But at the same time, it was a good evaluating call for them as well, where when you run the business, it is about, and not only for the financial services, but if you go to any tech side, I've seen many people spending a lot of money in tech and not able to get the desired results and many other things. So as a founder, I feel I try advising them where you have to curate what kind of vendors or what kind of people you are going to associate with in your journey, and that is going to define where exactly you will be after 5 years. So if you are choosing wrong, as I mentioned, there is a cost of that is
How
attached to
to
everything.
check then that which thing is right for them and which is wrong?
So,
Because
so taking some time usually helps. Try evaluating, multiple ways. Set your parameters. What is the outcome you are expecting? Talk to multiple vendors and evaluate if so who is aligning with your thoughts, vision, and where exactly you would like to be. Talk to some of their existing clients who have already taken up their services. It's always good, and that's the way you can navigate a journey where the chances of your money getting wasted is much lesser. That's all I can say. It's never a zero because it's a perception.
got it. And yeah, let's move on to the another segment of Nikhil as a investor part. How this journey started, Nikhil? Like, when did you think that, this is the time I want to be an investor?
Yeah, so because I have been working very closely with good founders and good people in the startup ecosystem, including venture capitals, including some angel syndicates, angel networks, I used to get a really good deal flow in general. That led me to thinking, evaluating. I used to work with founders on the ground realities. That's how I got a good chunk of founders that were knowing me as well as I was knowing a few of them. I was able to evaluate as well as curate few of them, and out of which when a really good opportunity came in, I was fortunate enough to get that opportunity. And when I evaluated, I found that founders were pretty good, and if I had some money to invest, would I be investing in them? The answer came yes from within, and that's how my personal journey started. And then I had to arrange money in one or the other way, and I did that deal. And my first deal gave me a really good returns, and hence I could do many more investments in that line.
Got it. लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि जब आप एंजल इन्वेस्टर हो तो सम पीपल स्टार्ट्स वेरी स्मॉल बट विद अ सेफ कि अगर मैं 2 लाख भी डाल रहा हूँ तो ये डूबने नहीं चाहिए. बट सम पीपल स्टार्ट्स विद दैट दे पुट 10 lakhs 20 lakhs 50 lakhs एंड देन नेवर, मतलब उनका वो होता है कि अच्छा 3 में से एक भी स्टार्टअप ने मुझे रिटर्न दे दिया तो मेरे लिए तो विन विन सिचुएशन है. इट्स ओके. सो व्हाट टाइप ऑफ इन्वेस्टर यू आर if we talk about?
So I want all of the companies to do really well is my mindset, but I completely understand the risk of it and nature of it. So I'm very very much curating my diversity, the hedging, and my returns part really well. I personally try working on things by myself so that my portfolio companies can help raising the subsequent funds, as well as how they can navigate their journey towards IPO. That's where all of my fellow investors can also make really good money, is something that I generally keep thinking about.
Got it. What, according to you, Nikhil, are the red flags in Gen Z language which Nikhil is completely like, अगर ये चीज़ें होंगी स्टार्टअप में तो मैं इन्वेस्ट नहीं करूँगा?
Okay, so one of them, the very big red flag is about founders not well researched and not well read about their industry. They have not worked with their ideal customer persona very well. So those are 2-3 things that are very commonly red flag for me. Apart from that, the market being very small and the problem not really very relevant. So last few years I have seen a few companies that build products just because they are good at building it. There is no market relevance, and that's where I've studied that 42% of startups fail just because there is no market need of that product. So there's a better chance if you build some relevant product of the market, you can do really well.
And what are the green flags which you see that if that product is not, मतलब कई बार ऐसा होता है ना कि product इन्वेस्टर को समझ नहीं आता है, बट फाउंडर समझ आ जाता है, एंड दे पुट मनी फॉर
into
दैट
founder.
फाउंडर इन दैट बिजनेस. While working with so many investors and like pitching them student startups, एक चीज़ मैंने रियलाइज़ की थी कि अगर बंदा जेन्युइन होता है तो चाहे प्रोडक्ट अच्छा हो, उसमें मिस्टेक्स हो, इन्वेस्टर्स उसको सपोर्ट कर देते हैं. तो व्हाट आर सच टाइप की ऐसे और कौन कौन से ग्रीन फ्लैग्स हैं जो फॉर निखिल इट इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट इन इन्वेस्टमेंट?
So generally, for your information, when I invest in companies, I usually have a time frame of average time of evaluation for me has been more than 7 months. So if I have been observing that company is able to deliver, founder is able to deliver what they are saying, they are planning certain things, they are able to execute things, and multiple cycles if I am able to see, that's always good for me. Apart from that, the green flags are majorly people who are optimistically realistic. So or probably let's say realistically optimist. So both of them are going to do really well. Reason being, there is one aspect of them that is very ambitious, there is one aspect of them that is very realistic, and the mixture of both of them is really a good one for me. Additionally, if a complementing team is already there, which is having a complementing skill set, is going to help a lot.
कौन कौन से ऐसे डोमेन्स हैं जिनमें आप इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, पर्टिकुलरली इफ देयर इज़ एनी डोमेन, एंड हाउ अ अर्ली स्टेज फाउंडर और अ पर्सन, अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ फाइनल ईयर कैन रीच आउट टू यू फॉर एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ अ हेल्प इन इन्वेस्टमेंट्स और एनीथिंग दे वांट?
Sure. So I'm so sorry, आपका सवाल फिर से रिपीट
क्या कौन कौन से डोमेन्स हैं जिनके अंदर आप पिच करते हैं, मतलब आप इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, एंड लोग आपको कैसे रीच आउट कर सकते हैं?
Yes, so the domains that I'm particularly looking forward right now is about infra tech space, number one. Number two, I'm looking forward to consumer tech, and SaaS and AI is something that I'm positive about as of now. Sometime in future, I'm also working or evaluating really, really good companies on the deep tech space, where they are able to create some technological differentiating moat, is something will be really good. Apart from that, if founder is really good and repeat founder is there, generally I prefer some kind of differentiated go-to-market strategy that is going to give you some leverage apart from the competitors as you scale. So these 3-4 things I personally try having a look at, and if founders or any early stage students or people who are having great ideas should reach out to me at founder@impactfulpitch.com. I mostly respond to that.
Got it. Nikhil, traditionally Gujarat, if we talk about Gujarat को लोग textile, jewelry, या even we say people like Ambani and Adani's जो कि आज सबसे richest people हैं, उनकी भी हम बात करें तो they started with more sustainable things like petroleum and sort of those things, real estates वगैरह. जबकि मैं अगर मॉडर्न गुजरात की बात करूँ, द फाउंडर्स हु आर कमिंग नाउ इन गुजरात, दे आर वेरी टेक सेवी, they love tech, and they talk about it. There are very different angles of businesses like edtechs, especially fintech, climate tech, the accelerators, and sort of that thing coming from Gujarat. So how do you think that is that shift, how does that happen कि लोग उस माइंडसेट से, जहाँ वो एक कपड़े का काम कर रहे थे, सोने का काम कर रहे थे, पेट्रोल चला रहे थे या बिल्डिंग्स के अंदर थे, now they are into this technical thing, how that revolution is happening?
That usually starts with one thought in the very early stage. Let's say if there is some thought that has evolved in US and other economies, people have been adopting that really well. For example, ChatGPT and all the other things that are doing great in the world. Now people become consumer over a period of time. So as a Gujarati, जैसे आपने बताया कि textile and there are few industries that have evolved really well in Gujarat. If they are ordering from Zepto there is no reason they should not think how that is going to evolve their own industry in that line. So if they see that there is nothing that we cannot do having this 20 years of experience in this thing, this leads to the next set of innovation, that this is done. Now what is the next that we can do? Is it 10 minutes fashion delivery? Is it 10 minutes this delivery? Is it, what is the next thing? So textile, one thing that we have already cracked, but if we have to adapt and we have to come to the terms with the new conditions of the evolving market, we have to be relevant. Otherwise we will become Nokia of our textile industry. That's what people think, and that's how the involvement of tech and all the other thought process comes into picture.
ग्रेट. एक बहुत सरप्राइज एलिमेंट जो हम गुजरात में देखते हैं वो ये होता है कि कोई भी, अगर हम किसी भी स्टेट की आज बात करें तो उसमें कोई एक सिटी होती है जो बहुत अच्छा कर रही होती है एंड वो इंफ्रावाइज बहुत अच्छी होती है या मोस्ट पॉपुलर होती है. लाइक इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट राजस्थान, द ओनली टेक प्लेस यू विल गेट इज़ जयपुर. यू विल नॉट हैव टेक इन अदर एलिमेंट्स. Similarly, if we talk about Uttar Pradesh, there is some city. But Gujarat is the only state जहाँ पर हर सिटी जो है, whether it's Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Surat, Rajkot, anywhere you go, there are tons of founders who are doing brilliantly well. And बाकी cities में तो I saw that ego clash also, but I'm sure in your city also, if you and your friend is doing same sort of a business, you guys are still okay with it, and how that thing is happening.
So that is about the ecosystem. That is about our parents have taught us that way. We have some associations, we become friends, we keep chatting, we keep talking. We have learned that 1 + 1 is sometimes 11. If you can see that, it's the perspective you can build, and how you can serve in the greater perspective is something that we learn in our journeys. So that's how I think it's more about how we are brought up, how we see things.
Got it. Ending up with few questions around your team, Nikhil. Everyone talks about how versatile and brilliant, impactful pitch team is. Any conference we are in, especially if we are Gujarat, we are seeing people roaming around, and you are having such an impactful team. How is that strategy building? Because there are a lot of founders who are facing retention and people leaving their companies, people switching jobs very frequently. But I'm seeing that your team is small but impactful, and how you were able to make that team.
So I was fortunate enough, I can say, and I built my team in the tier 2 city, where what I have seen and observed is about one part of loyalty is there, which is little more relevant than tier 1 cities that we have. And apart from that, that is about fetching a really good team, and second part is about keeping them. So if you are able to treat everyone fairly, if you are able to work with them very closely, giving them insights about what is happening, a little bit transparency, as well as what kind of growth aspects they can expect over a period of time, of course along with your nature, if they are able to see that you are able to help them grow in one or the other way, that's always helpful, I think. But I'm fortunate enough, I can say, to work with really good people.
Exactly. You have a very lovely team. Every time we saw your team, a lot of founders are actually talking that, no matters, but his team is always full energy, full enthusiasm, roaming around.
True.
How you hire people generally? Like, what is that one hiring prospect you have in mind while you are hiring people?
So while I hire people, one thing that I look for, is about their stamina, their consistency, and how they are able to pursue things further. Technical skills can be developed over a period of time, but there are certain aspects of hiring that I feel are different for each job role. But at the same time, if I'm working with my core team, there are certain aspects that I evaluate, as I mentioned previously.
Got it. Throughout listening this podcast, one thing which I was very clear is that you are a person who has pushed himself from all the comfortable zones and to an uncomfortable zone, building things and everything. what do you think that one truth uh, which a lot of us have, which comforts us the most, but we never change it?
Interesting. The one truth that we all have and we don't change it is majorly what in my limited capacity what I know is about everything that you are doing is going to matter. And as I mentioned, sometimes we forget to evaluate the cost of what we are doing right now, what decisions we are making today. And that's where I feel it can make a difference if you are talking to someone politely when the situation talks otherwise. If you are able to give in that one additional message to someone that is low in life right now, so that one thing, one extra thing that is going to cost you something, probably that might give you good returns as well. That I still recall people saying that sir, you had helped me in one time where I had no other hope. You had given me a chance where no one was able to give me. So a lot of other things that I felt that was a risk at some cost to me, of course, but I was able to make some smaller decisions at that point in time where it actually mattered, not only to me, even for the other person. So that's where you can start making small differences, and someday it might accumulate to really something big, in my view.
Got it. Nikhil, ending up our conversation with one last question. What is that one piece of advice you will give to the people who are actually right now looking for fundraising? And if that advice they follow, they will surely succeed.
So don't look for funding desperately. It is going to come to you if you are able to deserve it. And in my view, again, focus a lot on the customer obsession. Work a lot how your consumers thinks, how they are changing their patterns, behaviors, how you are able to serve and give them value is something I feel should be very valuable to you right now, rather than focusing only and only on the funding.
Thank you so much, Nikhil, for coming today. It's been a very long conversation. It's been an hour we are talking, and
I
it
never
feels
realized.
it feels surreal to know your journey and to know like a very un unconventional side of yours we have discovered today, and it's been so inspiring to hear that. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. I'm happy that I was able to make some impact